everyone, the World Wide Web. Brian here. Thank goodness it's Fix It Friday, because we're gonna fix some things. We're gonna fix some stuff. We're gonna fix some ballet stuff. Don't ask me to fix your hair. Don't ask me to fix your carburetor. I can fix ballet. I'm ballet specific. Today we're gonna talk about dégagé or battement dégagé. Today we're going to talk about dégagé or battement dégagé. We're going to disengage those toes from the floor. This is the point in class where we're going to have to really start to wake up. If you're not awake yet, I don't know what to tell you. All right, first things first. Everything we talked about in the last video regarding tendus is going to apply here with dégagés. Let's have a recap, shall we? All right, the first thing, getting into fifth position. With straight legs, using your natural rotation from the head of the femur inside the hip socket. Yes, we're going to avoid slamming our feet together with our knees bent, butt sticking out, and pulling in, which is so bad for your body. We're not going to do that. We do not want that. Next thing is the dreaded sickle. Yes, we talked about the dreaded sickle, not sickling that foot. One thing I see a lot of is when we dégagé with the inside leg, that inside foot is always more sickled than usual. We do not want that. So we really want to watch that inside leg when we dégagé to make sure that we're not sickling. The next thing we talked about was really pulling up when we close, so our legs are straight, so our knees aren't bent when we close. Also, we also talked about the Bermuda Triangle of ballet, that Arabesque. And when we dégagé to the back, a lot of the times I see that Arabesque line. Again, we want to make sure that leg is behind us and in line with the spine. The toes are in line with the spine. Another thing we talked about in the last video was keeping the weight, which is our pelvis, over the standing leg and not pulling back and putting weight on both feet, pulling back, putting weight on both feet. Because when we're rocking back and forth, and what happens when you rock the boat? You tip the boat over. Okay, so what I see a lot of in dégagés is sort of this lethargic, sort of slow dégagé, kind of like we're lounging around on the chaise lounge, smoking our cigarette, eating grapes. We do not want that, right? We want to make sure it's nice and sharp, and making sure we have an accent either in, or out, out, out. Again, really pushing the floor, setting that floor on fire. We have to show that floor who's boss. Who's the boss on that floor? You are. If you lose your way, you can always come home, because this is your home. Before we talk about the exercise, I want to talk a little bit about the toes, which I brought up in the first video, the plie video. And since we're going to be balancing in this exercise, I thought I'd talk about it. And that how I find the balls of the feet to be so 20th century. And I know, yes, there's the triad of the bottom of the foot. The heel over the fifth metatarsal, over the first metatarsal. I get it. But what I see with my students, if they're putting the weight on the ball of the foot, then this happens. See how my toes are wiggling? The toes come up off the floor like this, right? And you think, well, what's the big deal, Brian? Oh yeah? Well, this is the big deal, because when we rise up on demi-point and we try to balance, I still see those toes coming up, and that pulls us back and down off our demi-point or off our balance. And then I see the same thing when we balance on one foot. I was do coup de pied derrière for this demonstration. And I see those toes, especially the big toe, come up, and that pulls us down. So that's why I like to say weight over the toes, so the toes are pressed down. See, now I can't move my toes because my toes are pressed down into the floor. Same thing when I rise up on demi-point. My toes are pushed down into the floor, so I'm not coming off. Same thing if I'm doing it in coup de pied derrière. I'm pushing those toes down, ankle over the big toe. Same thing we're going to be doing, balancing on one foot in the exercise. So I'm going to have those toes pushed down into the floor. Okay, now that we have all the details Let's construct a dégagé exercise, shall we? All right, we're gonna just leave the arm in second position using the back muscles, and we're gonna go accent, out, out, out. And then we're gonna hold. But we're not just holding, we're never just holding, right? We're rotating and lengthening that leg so it's alive with energy. I want a live leg. And then we go accent, in, in, in. We do the same. Did you see how I put my weight forward? I should already bend forward, right? Then we go to the side, same thing. Out, 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 hold, in, in, in. And then we're gonna transfer the weight is the pelvis, onto the back foot, and we're gonna do the inside leg, and we're gonna really watch to make sure we're not sickling that foot. We're gonna have that heel forward, do the same thing. We're gonna go out, 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 hold, in, in. Pulling up nice and tall so the leg is nice and straight, and we're standing up on the toes. And then we're gonna go outside leg again, first, first, fifth, pulling up nice and tall, and first, first, fifth. And then we'll reverse it. Out, 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 hold, lengthening and rotate. The leg is long, the leg is behind. It's rotating and lengthening. In. We pull up nice and tall. Out, 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 hold, in. Inside leg, out, out, out. Leg is right behind, in line with the spine. In. Transfer first, first, fifth, first, first, fifth. And then we're gonna plie susu. We're gonna do a classical susu, bringing the working foot into the standing foot, pressing your thighs together because the thighs bring the foot in. And then we're gonna rotate and lengthen, staying forward on those toes. Let go of that front leg and just balance. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video. If you like this video, please frappe that like button. Also, consider bottoming that subscribe button. Also, write a comment down below. Did you learn anything? Did you disagree with me? Did you agree with me? Did you have some fun? Did I make you laugh? Let me know if you caught this reference. If you lose your way, you can always come home, because this is your home. If so, let me know. Thank you very much. See you next time.